Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Alain. We're going to talk about The Running Man today. No, not the 1987 Arnold Schwarzenegger film, but the brand new Glen Powell version. Both of them based on the Stephen King short story. That's on the agenda for today's Coffee with Alain. Appreciate everybody that joins and says hello, watches replays, listens to the podcast. Thank you to everyone. Remember, get signed up for the newsletter, enjoylifesafely.com. It'll be going out tonight. Been working on it some this morning. Be finishing up, putting it out this evening. You don't want to miss that. So go to enjoylifesafely.com. Good morning, Thad. Appreciate you being here and saying good morning. Hope you're doing well. So, I like to enjoy movies. So I went and saw the new version of The Running Man, starring Glen Powell. I went to the original back in 1987 with Arnold Schwarzenegger when I was stationed at Fort Bragg, North Carolina with the 82nd. Enjoyed the Arnold movie, wanted to see this new version. They have a similar plot, but they did change things a bit. This one was, they changed the storyline a little bit, updated it some, changed some of the characters a little bit. Originally you had Richard Dawson playing Killian, who was also the announcer and such on the TV show broadcasting this game, where now this time they have Coleman Domingo as the broadcaster and Josh Brolin as the Killian who leads and runs everything. Both good actors. And I also like that William Macy had a small little role. Hadn't seen him for a little while and always liked him. So it was cool to see him in there. I enjoyed the film. I loved the first one because I'm just a huge Arnold fan and watched all of his movies as they came out throughout the years. But I enjoyed this too. I like Glen Powell. He plays a good sort of smart-ass type character, similar in a number of the movies I've seen him in. Movie making obviously has changed a lot over the years, so they can do a lot more. And I actually went and saw this in the IMAX theater, so I had that big giant screen with the great sound and everything to watch this movie. So it was fun. One of the things that I did like was a little nod to the original with Arnold, because on the $100 bills that they show just a little bit in a couple quick scenes have Arnold's picture on the $100 bill. So I really like that, having that sort of in there, giving a nod to the original with Arnold. It was just a fun action movie. Good stunts, good CGI, and anymore it's hard to tell just what's real and what's not, with the way they make movies. But it looked fantastic on the big screen. Lots of action. Glen Powell doing some smart-ass wisecracks and did a good job going through this. So it was a fun movie. From what I understand, Now You See Me, Now You Don't made more money this weekend, or at least yesterday it was making more than The Running Man. And I went and saw that last night because I saw Running Man Friday night. So I'm going to be talking about Now You See Me, Now You Don't as well. But for today, just want to say The Running Man with Glen Powell, it was a fun action movie. I enjoyed it. The premise, he wants to help his family, and in the future they have these different game shows that are very dangerous, the Running Man being the worst of all of them because you have to stay alive. I mean, pretty dangerous because you got people out trying to kill you, but it has the biggest prize that nobody has ever won, and if you can stay alive you can get this huge sum of money. And so you have people hunting you to kill you, and then any person out there that helps them catch and kill you, they get rewards too. So basically it's everybody against you, and you got to stay alive. That's the premise of the movie. And it was fun seeing Glenn stay alive, right? So I enjoyed it. Let's say good morning to Dan. Thank you for being here. Say good morning, Dan. So if you like that type of movie, just an action, fun type movie. If you like the original with Arnold, this was fun. Dixon's here. Good morning, Dixon. Dixon said, I saw Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes yesterday, which also had Macy in it, doing a small role. Yeah, I remember that one too. I enjoyed, because I like all the Planet of the Apes movies, and he did have that little bit in there. And he pops up now and then still. You don't see him as much as you used to in his heyday, but it's always good to see William Macy. He's a great actor, done some good things throughout the years. Appreciate you being here, everybody. Thad and Dixon and Dan. Appreciate you guys all saying hello and being here. Remember, folks, sign up for the newsletter. EnjoyLifeSafely.com. Make it a super Sunday, and I'll be back to see you tomorrow.